Alright guys, this video here is going to be how to build a scat pack. This can be for a Hellcat as well. Basically, if you're doing a V6 swap. Alright guys, the shit show begins. This was a 2019, so it looks like it's from the 70s. Not bad, they took care of this vehicle.
What?
Only dads.
Brother,
Discussing these people.
what's that? What's that, brother?
I don't even think this person did. Oh, this was human. No, it does not run. It's got electrical issues. Yep, from the way it looks, that is not surprising.
A few moments later.
Yep, right here is everything that came out of the Challenger Scat Pack that was good except one of the tires. I gotta roll it. But the 3 tires are stacked up over here. Other 3. Under this pile, engine, transmission, wiring harness. Y'all come check it out. This is the second donor. Pretty much everything that could have been salvaged. The dash had to be stripped, wiring harness. So when they say, hey, when you do strip downs like this, it costs more because everything is not coming out easily. Look at that. So I put it on a trailer, and that would be the last part of it. But check out the impact over here that it took. Yeah, someone would have definitely died right there. So this baby is going to the crusher. So yeah, this is the donor car. It messed up some mounts. It messed up the drive shaft, but we got lucky. It didn't break the block. Alright guys, so here's where the fun begins. We're about to go ahead and drop the motor in. Yes sir. So quick thing. This one came out of a 21 Scat, going in the 19 body. So on this day, I was able to put the fuse box in, as you can see here, ran the lines all the way back to the firewall, ran it to the dash harness, also ran it to the ABS module, ran it all the way to the left driver front side. So I pretty much had the whole engine harness wired at this point. So yeah, man. This here is before I put everything together to show y'all how I ran it. I run it from the firewall first, then I run it all the way to the front. All right. So that's just a little technique I do before I put the motor in. I also make sure every gas line and every piece that I need to put in at the time will be installed before I drop this motor in. Alright guys. Alright, so we're back again, another day on the build. As you can see, these transmission lines are different. So I'll swap mine over. I don't take any chances. Stick that through the hole there. Just make it through. Alright, so we switch over to 6.4 steering rack here. Make sure it says 6.4. Now the cradles are the same. The rack and pinion is the same in this slot. But we will switch over the Brembo and the SRT front spindles. And also this gas, I leave the original gas lines in, but I put a Scat Pack adapter on it. They are different as well. Let's see.
that wiring harness I'm about to put in there. Fuse wiring harness. Let's see. I think this here is gonna have to be swapped too on the master cylinder. But we can get to that later. Alright. So what's that? I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so yeah, I dropped the motor in. As you've seen in another video, we had the hoist ready to mount it in. So now we have the 6.4 in. It actually happened pretty quick actually. You just make sure you plug bolt down all the ground wires. I still got a few more over there to bolt down. Hook up all your heater hoses. Make sure you hook up your gas line, which I ran the new gas line right here. We're gonna switch out the ABS from the donor car. Just little stuff we gotta do, man, but the engine's in there. People don't understand that the easy part is actually putting the engine in. Everything, the long time consuming part is putting all the stuff on it to make it run. We still gotta put the gas tank on. We still gotta put the radiator and all that in there. And we still gotta drop the rear end, put the 309 rear end in. But okay, the motor's in there just that quick, guys. Alright, I'll be back once I drop the new rear end in. Alright guys, today we're inside the Challenger. This is the wiring tutorial because this is a how-to video. So basically this is a V6 Scat swap. So we take out everything in this vehicle. We swapped out the Scat pack, foot and pedal, brake pedal. We put the updated Havoc system. It's pretty much the same in all of them, but I don't know what was blown in that old one, so I went environment. So I prefer to have a newer one. So put a newer Havoc system in there. All the wiring from under the dash is running through that hole there and then that firewall hole there. One is running to the brake line. The other one is running to the AC. Also, this will be running to the fuse box, which is right here, which I'm swapping out with the Scat pack. So guys, I don't really mix and match. You probably could. I prefer not to. I take out the whole wiring harness, as you can see. This is the RF HUB hub. It's a RF hub. This basically what controls your key. All right, so I'll take this out as well. You could, some people probably can rig it up to where you don't have to. I just prefer to swap this out as well. So everything from RF H hub comes out. Fuse box. Body control module, the fuse box. Everything inside the vehicle comes out. All right. So when I come back, now a few things you can leave behind, like mirrors. If it has an SOS thing here, you may have to swap that out. But the airbags can stay. Seat belts can stay. I'm swapping mine out. You may even have to swap out the door modules. These right here, because it won't. Some of them are different. So back to the things that can stay. The power wire can stay. If you didn't have the brake pedal, that could stay the same. It's pretty much the same wiring. I gotta use the same headliner for now. It's little stuff like that that you can leave behind, but that's pretty much not much. Even this here has to be swapped out. It says 3.6. That has to be swapped out with a 5.7 or 6.4 SRS module. So just a few things to keep y'all updated when y'all do these swaps. Things you can leave, the airbags, things like that. Power wire. But pretty much 95% of the stuff comes out. All that has to be swapped out. So I just put a whole new Scat pack cradle, 309 rear end. So yeah, we're about ready to hook it up to the drive shaft. I even swapped out the gas tank. All right, so we're back. So this is how it's supposed to look once it's gutted. All the wires removed. So now it's time for the install of the wiring harness. All right, so now it's time to wire. I usually start in the trunk with the snake. And just the rest of it, and I just pretty much start from the trunk and run it all the way back to the front. All right, so I'll be back in a second. All right, guys, so I'm wiring up the dash. I usually start from the passenger side, run it to the airbag. Okay. I'm assuming this line here is going to be for the havoc system. These wires running to the radio area here. These will be the radio and Ethernet wires down to the, I would say this is the steering wheel wire right here. And this is going to go on the steering wheel. Still debating where this one's going to go. Oh, this goes to the steering wheel. So I think this is the steering wheel control. All the way to the firewall on the driver's side. I got these last little over here. Put it in place. So now I'm just going to put in the dashboard. And that'll be alright. Alright guys, we got the dashboard in. We're about to start wiring the dashboard up, putting the vents in, and go ahead and putting the carpet in the center console. The wires here plugged in. So now we're about to go to this side, plug all those in, and we should be done. I'm about to switch the ABS modules out. That way it doesn't have an ABS plug. I mean, ABS code. Just take 3 bolts here, 1, and then 2 at the bottom down there. 1, and then another one down there. So we take those 3 out, and we switch out the faces so the ABS light don't come on. All right, I'll be back in a minute. So I added the center console. I put up the driver's seat in, but I still haven't put everything else in. And we're gonna go ahead and try to fire her up. All right. Now I did add the wide body fender. So these 2 holes have been bored out a little bit more. They start out like this, but you go all the way around. Okay, you start with the template and you cut it out on a piece of cardboard. Okay, you make your template like that. Throw it up real quick. So you put your template on it like that. Okay, basically molding from there. But once you get all these bored out to this size, which is 1/8, you can get this at Harbor Freight or Home Depot, Ryobi. Put the biggest one, bore it all the way out. Once you finish boring everything out, you'll be set to put your flare on. All right, guys, we're getting there. We do have to bring this back some, but nothing too crazy. We're getting there, gang. See, I got the holes pre-drilled. I just gotta open them up so that they're like these, where you can actually get in them. So when I'm done, it's gonna be nice and flush. back in a minute. Alright guys, I'm almost finished with the passenger side as well. Guys, yep, the driver's side is done. We just have to finish the body work on this one. So, yep, she's coming together. Widebody TA392 build. We're gonna try to do it for under 13,000. This one will have a clean title though. I don't have to worry about inspections and things of that nature. Alright, so we're about to finish this installation on this side and we're gonna wrap it up for today. Alright, to the next one.